Bran Stark chapters are not boring, nor are they bad, and the fact that you have the attention span of a cracked out squirrel does not make them so. Every day I'm confronted with this absurd opinion that Bran is boring, that nothing ever happens. Oh, I hate when I get to a Bran chapter, and you know what? I finally understand polarization. I understand radicalization, because I wasn't the craziest, the biggest Bran stan in the world, but just hearing the incessant posting of the same ridiculous opinion, you know what? It's made me see the light. I'm close to, you know what? I am close to standing just goofy Bran at the very end of the show when he's all like three-eyed raveny and, you know, like that. Bran has one of the most interesting arcs in the entire book series that is populated by insane amounts of magic and lore. We find out so much shit anytime we are with Bran, and the fact that y'all love to consume that shit, you love the little lore dumps, you love what I tell you all about Papa George's crazy world, but you forget where they come from. Shame on you. Shame bell on all your houses. Bran is where we initially learn about warging. We learn about the Stark, and really the Stark children in general, their ability to warg into their direwolves. The understanding that we have of the connection that those children have with their direwolves starts with Bran. Hell, you find the direwolves in the very first Bran chapter. Beyond that, though, you get all of the information about the magic associated with the old gods. You learn about the green seers. You learn about green dreams. You learn about the old gods themselves. You learn about Beyond the Wall. You meet Cold Hands, this bizarre magical creature person thing. He's undead, but he's not, but he's helping them, but he's Night's Watch, but he might not be, but he's old, we don't know. Then, the mother of all mothers, you meet Bloodraven, the three-eyed raven, who has been guiding Bran this entire time through weird visions and shit. And through them, you meet the Children of the Forest. You learn more about the lore of Westeros. The Children of the Forest were the first inhabitants of Westeros, and you know who we're learning about them with? This small child! But he's so whiny, he complains all the time. I don't like being in his head. I know y'all aren't the same people who stand on depressed emo king right here. Whiny, you're gonna complain about Bran being whiny? Well, when like, I'm sorry girl, but like, you know. And beyond even the magical elements of his chapters, you get to learn crazy stuff about, like, the modern day. We know all about the tourney of Harrenhal because of Bran chapters. It's during a Bran chapter that Mira Reed is telling Bran this bedtime story that they were told by their father all the time growing up. A story that Bran had never heard before that concerned the tourney of Harrenhal and all the events that transpired there. They learn about Howland Reed, International Man of Mystery. You're all interested in him. How he went and he lived amongst the Green Men on the Isle of Faces. We learned how he went to the tourney of Harrenhal. He was beaten by the squires. We learned about how Lyanna Stark went and defended him, and then probably dressed up as the Knight of the Laughing Tree herself, and then, won the tourney or whatever, only to then have Aerys, the Mad King, freak out, and then send Rhaegar to go find the Knight of the Laughing Tree. But oh no, Rhaegar comes back and is like, yep, couldn't find him. All of that from this little boy right here. And yes, I know, in the TV show, his character did not end in a place where we would have liked. He was sapped of his personality. He was turned into some weird, expressionless dude in a wheelchair, just like staring, just all the time staring. I get it. And the whole King Bran at the end, the way they did it, very dissatisfying. I get it. But don't put that on the book. Do not put that on the book. Because A, he doesn't act like that in the book. Maybe he will one day, but he doesn't as of now. And what we do get is a kid experiencing all the magic and all the history and all the lore of the universe and then sharing it with us because it's a fucking book. And I know I'm still going to get a lot of comments. I know people are going to be like, I don't care. He's still boring. Meh, meh, meh. Fine. You know what? Boost this video. Boost it with your comments. Your hate makes him stronger. It makes me stronger. So fuck you. Okay, good night, y'all.